Hello everybody, my name is Erica and I am here to talk to you about The Doors and one of their greatest songs of all time called Light My Fire. So Light My Fire was written by Robbie Krieger and it was sang by Jim Morrison. It was recorded in August of 1966, and it was published in January of 1967. The Doors had no idea when they wrote this song that this was the song that was going to bring them to stardom. There were many interpretations of Light My Fire. There was people talked about this being sexual in nature. It could be known as a drug reference. There was all kinds of metaphors for darkness, which was one of Jim Morrison's favorites, ancient mythology, and death that Jim Morrison loved, one of Jim Morrison's favorite topics. It has been widely known as one of their greatest songs. It reached the top 100 billboards numerous times. And not only that, in the very early stages of this song, it was the top 49 in the UK's singles charts. It became their signature song, and it was included on their first album. The Doors once upon a time were invited to the Ed Sullivan Show for their first live performance, and they were asked to leave out some lyrics that were super inappropriate. However, once they got to the Ed Sullivan Show, Jim Morrison decided he was going to go ahead and sing the entirety of the lyrics, the unaltered lyrics of this song. Needless to say, even though he told the Ed Sullivan Show that he was just nervous and that he forgot to leave the lyrics out, he was definitely not invited back to the Ed Sullivan Show or for any live performances after that. The song was 7 minutes long, and although it was 7 minutes long, it was still widely requested to be played on the radio. That just tells you how very much it was loved by fans. And their label, Elektra Records, they decided that they wanted to go ahead and do a shorter version of the song, so they altered the song and made it 2 minutes long, and it was still widely requested. However, the 7 minute long song was more requested still. There were many versions of this song. One by Feliciano that made him incredibly famous, and he was even invited to go and he was invited to sing the Star Spangled Banner. That version of Light My Fire made him very famous. Another version of Light My Fire was by Will Young. There were many versions. There were pop versions, Italian versions, and Light My Fire just blew up all the way around. However, it was noted Jim Morrison didn't really like this song. It was not noted why. It was just noted that he actually didn't even like the song. Weird, right? Considering that this song is what made him famous, brought him and his band to stardom. It's just weird that he didn't like it. It was also talked about that he wrote this song for his girlfriend. However, then, like I said earlier, there was a lot of interpretations about it being sexual in nature and maybe even a drug reference. And it was known that Jim Morrison was highly addicted to drugs, and he died in his addiction. Thank you so much for listening to my information on The Doors and Light My Fire.